Hello, 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 Aquarians. Welcome, welcome. Just getting set up here, making sure that everybody can see and all is good. Hi, long time no see. I'm back, you guys. I am back. So thank you. I want to say first off to those of you that have been on my channel and wished me well, and for all the comments and beautiful emails that I got. I appreciate it very, very much. For those of you that are brand new and don't know what I'm talking about, I was out for a week and a half, and I tried to get readings done before my knee surgery. I had a knee replacement. So I'm still coming back, still healing from that, but I couldn't stay away from my viewers. So I am back doing readings. All right. So I don't really have any announcements. The only thing I was going to say is that I haven't studied the astrology for this full moon yet. Hopefully I can do that this weekend. We are coming to the end of March. Lots of energies in March for forward. And these forward energies that are coming into play with the planets are actually really strong for the next 3 months. So for the people that are brand new, oh, please no, excuse me, I forgot to hit my other light so you can see me. Hello. So the thing is that I do not only I do readings, tarot readings intuitively, but I do them through divine or anybody who wants to come through the other side to give me the wisdom. However, I do also use astrology and numerology. So that is really key for me because all energies are really important because they all work together. It's not one working against another. It's not one working separately. It's how they all work together. So you're going to hear me talk to the divine a lot, or whoever he has coming through. And that's not for me. I'm the conduit. This is your reading, not my reading. So let's get started. So the first, again, this is for the 22nd through the 28th. So the first card out that I am picking, the first oracle, and I will apologize first ahead because I have to move my leg around a little bit. So just bear with me. Maybe hear my squeaky chair. All right, so the first oracle is the divines. Okay, so I was doing it past, present, future, but divine says, I want my own card. It's like, he didn't say in that way, but this is the energies he's wanting to portray. These are energies he wants to focus in on in this week. There's a message for somebody in there or everybody in there, but it's specific to you in how it's read. So that's the first oracle. Second oracle is the current energy for the 22nd through the 28th. And the third oracle is for our future energies from probably the weekend up forward. Now remember, I don't know what's going on in the energies, but a lot of this is for the future 3 months. So we are now at the spring equinox. Happy equinox. Or is it Stolas? I'm still on, not quite there yet. But anyway, happy spring. And we are actually now moving forward into a different phase, which is really interesting because with April coming up, the garden has already been planted and now it's waiting for those seeds to come up. And those seeds, what they are going to produce, right? Yeah. This is a beautiful card, Divine. Thank you. That is beautiful, beautiful. Yes, and I agree with this a whole 100% in why you chose this card. Thank you. So the first card out is the Swan. And the swan, a lot of people know what about the swan is. In every culture around the world, there is always a story about the swan, how it was very ugly in the beginning, how it transformed and turned into this beautiful, beautiful swan, and what the swan has and what it represents also. So the swan card is about transformation. And it's also about trusting the unknown and your psychic gifts or your abilities. I don't like to say psychic. I like to say supernatural abilities because psychic gives you the perception that you already know, you're clairvoyant and all that kind of stuff. And it doesn't mean that everybody has that, that we have grown it. However, some have. I mean, I don't know why I have, but I have. And so that's where we want to sort of look at all these here. So let's get going. So the swan is about the number 3. Now this is an acknowledgement phase. So this is a time to acknowledge that things are changing. This is a time, and this is, I'm getting the downloads from him. This is a time things are changing. Things are not going to be the same as they were. To acknowledge and focus on what you have and what you can do, not what you don't have and what you are not doing. These are directly from him, not from me. And I say him because that's what I call my divine, is a him, but him is energy. Divine is energy. So you can call your divine whatever you choose. But this is the swan, the number 3. So we are in a transformation phase, and we have been since 2020 to 2021. We have been in that transformation phase. However, with that said, this is okay. If you're not seeing this smooth, I just got to notice that it's sort of glitchy apparently. So maybe I have, let me close this down. I'm trying to make sure that we have enough power to keep going. All right. So hopefully that'll change that. But the thing is about transformation and growing. We have to be able to understand where we are at in a process of transformation. Some of us are still in the egg, and some of us are actually coming out of maybe the cocoon. Some of us are actually have already flown into the butterfly phase and getting towards the end of the life and the wisdom phase of life. So this is something that we need to really pay attention to and acknowledge. Second card out for this current energy for this week. Remember, it is not a future energy. It is a current energy. And again, he's very smart because it's the number 2, and it is the High Priestess, about discernment, prophecy, vision. How can these two not go together? But this is really, again, this is what the planets are talking about. This is about our awakening. This is about our spiritual growth. This is about our elevation to another level of thinking and processing and growing and transforming into something even better for our lives. All right. And our future energy is the eagle, the number 9. So we've got 3, 2, and 9. Now, the other thing too with the 9, it's all about intensity. So this is about your future. And the eagle, again, all 3 of these cards are about spirit, guys. It says right there, first off, spirit, integrity, your connection to the angelic realm. Now, a lot of people connect with the angelic realm, and I personally go straight to the divine. So I see, people want to go to, Archangel Michael. They want to go to Francis. They want to go to all these other, but I personally go straight to the divine. I see no purpose for me to have to go around and beat around the bush. I just go straight because that's what I have always done. He's never failed me. And I always go by his wisdom and understanding. And I've always been protected. I've always been taken care of, that kind of thing. So, but the number 9 is intense. So we have 3, 2, 5, 5. So if we were to pull all these numbers together, we're growing sort of an unstable number, which is 5, because the number 5 is creating something new. It's unstable because it's new. It's not a comfortable thing. It's not a comfortable feeling. When you start something new, it is never comfortable. Okay. So that definitely is going to be, and when you are transforming, which we all are transforming, this is not a comfortable phase because you're sort of like a duck out of its own habitat, or a fish out of water, as they say. So this is something that is going to be uncomfortable. So going from an earth-based thought process to a spiritual-based thought process, first dimension to second dimension, it is actually a very uncomfortable, and it's sometimes like, yeah, right, this isn't working. Oh, wow. This isn't working. This isn't what I, here's the thing about humans. Thank you. Impatient is what he said. It's so impatient because if it doesn't work in our time, then we think that it's, not meant to be. That's not right. It's sometimes we aren't ready for some things. And that's what's going on here. What phase are you at that you're ready for to transform? He knows where you're ready, but do you know where you're ready? And here's the thing, the discernment is your intuition, and your intuition is going to tell you where you are ready and what you can handle and what you cannot handle. And when I started getting my abilities and they were in overload, I mean, I was getting audio, I was getting audio, I was getting the sense of being able to feel auras, I was getting the sense of being able to feel energies. I mean, for me, I can't sometimes type in a day or touch my phone in a day because I can feel the vibrations of the energies and it makes everything jump all over the place. Drives me nuts. But then I have to sort of back away, ground myself, and then I can go back on and work on these things. However, it's overwhelming. So sometimes we have to back up and say, you know what, that's a little too much. Can you back it down? And they will. You know, the divine will back it down because he doesn't want to overload you too much. He knows you're ready, but you just don't know you're ready. All right. And so the first card out that we have is the King of Cups. So it is creating an uncomfortable feeling for somebody. It is creating a newness. This is a newness that that you're just unaware of, and don't poo-poo it, just accept it. Because here's the thing, this is the interesting thing, because the second card, the High Priestess, what did we have for the week? High Priestess. So this is an energy of spiritual energy. This is something that is going to allow you that discernment of intuition to know good and right, bad and wrong, whatever you want to call it. You're going to know when, it's almost like when you're an empath, you sort of know when somebody's lying to you. You just like, I'm not lying. I'm really not lying. Okay. And then you find out and they know that you knew that they were lying. Sort of that empath ability. So this is something of discernment that is growing for somebody. This is really great because this is not only a protection thing, but it's something to also help you help others as well. Because there's somebody coming towards you, or you're going towards somebody to help this process. All right. So this process is going to grow, and this is going to grow not only with you, but it's going to grow with another person as well. This is also in the future energy. This is teaching somebody some higher integrity standards, morals. This is going to be sort of like, okay, earthly morals, like high integrity, you know, having a good character. Some people just think that, oh, it's almost like you think the person is good, but when they do something like out of the norm and they show their true colors, and you say, but he's a good person. Well, if they're a good person, they wouldn't be doing those things. I had somebody share that with me the other day, and it's like, well, he's a good guy. And he's like, really? You're saying that when he actually said this to you, you think that's a good guy? And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I take that back. Because you sometimes even myself, or I'm not any different from you guys, I can sort of slip and say, well, you know, I know he's got a good heart. Well, a good heart wouldn't do that. So, and he did that. So how can you figure that that's a good heart? I know there's a good heart in there. It's just buried through garbage. Buried through trauma, buried through PTSD, buried. But it's not acceptable, or you should not recognize it as being okay, because it's not. If somebody's done something destructive or demeaning or lowering to your value, then yeah, that's not acceptable. So we have the 10 of Swords, the 6 of Cups, and the 2 of Wands. Now, the 2 of Wands is again about your future. So I'm going to say that this card here is with this for the next week. And I think that this energy is not only for a week. I think this is this new energy coming through, this really, really connecting with more of your inner side, your spiritual side, your growth of that is going to be for even 2-3 months, because this is where you're planting. So the 10 of Swords, something is ending really, really quick. Okay. So with this, I've got it between two. We've got it between 2 of Cups, and we've also got it between the 6 of Cups. So what I'm seeing is that what you thought, okay, if you're in a relationship, or you're in a relationship, or questioning a relationship or questioning something, here's where this analogy is coming from. This may not be for everybody, but you're friends or in a relationship with somebody that you thought it was going to be different than what you expected because they portrayed themselves differently in the beginning. Those peacock feathers made it really look beautiful. However, when you really got to know them, they're really not who you really thought that they were going to be, and you just want to end it. Now, you might not be speaking this, but somebody has this in their heart. I want it to end, because either one, somebody has come into the picture that shows you the true love that you were looking for, or it's coming your way. And because you're in this, it won't happen unless it does end. Okay, so it's not going to happen unless it does end. And this is going to be in regards to your future. Now, whoever's in this, whoever this is for, you definitely have to analyze and look at things. This is a transformation process for you to either stay in it because you thought it was equally yoked. You thought it was, perfect match, but then you realize it's not is what you thought. Again, as what Divine said and what the planet said, things may not be as they seem. Thank you. I had to think about that again. It's like, what is that? It's things may not be as they seem. So this is where you may have thought this process was going to be equal and the same, but then it wasn't. And you've got to go back to your spiritual side and your divine side and say, hey, how do I end this? And I think this is going to be a cold turkey ending so that you can actually have a new door open. This door cannot open with this beautiful person, and it may be a person from the past, but I don't know. I just think this is a person that gets you. I think this is a person that really wants your heart to be in a right place. This is sort of the person that you wished this person would have been, but they're not. But whatever, you got to nip that other one in the bud before you can go into this. This is a transformation. You're going to have to you're going to have to come strong and say hard that, yeah, this is what I'm not going to accept, poor behavior. And here's the other thing. It might be a really good person. It just wasn't a good fit. So you don't have to be mean about it. This could be a guy or a girl. You don't have to be mean about it. Just say, hey, you know what? It isn't really what I thought. And even if you moved in together with each other, it's like, it really wasn't what I thought. If you didn't get married, then you can end it anytime you want. You can end it anytime you want. That's the thing that's people don't want to take accountability or responsibility. So they just say, well, let's shack up because then they can end it anytime they want. Whereas if you actually make a commitment to somebody, then you got to work. And it seems like some of these people in these younger generations, they don't want to work. They'd rather cancel, move on, and find a new one. Cancel, move on, and find a new one. So they don't want to do the homework. They don't want to heal within. They don't want to do the homework. All right. So that's sort of where this is. Just, don't ghost them if you're just talking to them, that kind of a thing. If you're not married to them, you're still dating pretty much. And if you're living together, you're dating playing house pretty much. So, but this is for your future now. This is something going for your future. So let's find out what's going on for I'd like a little bit more clarification for the future, please. More clarification for this future energy. Okay. So we've got the Emperor, which is the authority. This is old wisdom. So maybe you need to speak to somebody with some old wisdom about your situation. Again, but see this old wisdom, and every single oracle we have is about divine. We've got transformation, trusting in your psychic gifts. I call them spiritual gifts. I don't like the word psychic. But the other thing is discernment, vision, prophecy, spirit, integrity, connection to the angelic realm. That's where this is. That's where she is. We've got a lot of spirituality here. So if you're going to your friends, should I leave her? Should I leave him? Shame on you. You already know what you should be doing. And if you don't, you need to be asking divine. And if you actually really, really go deeper, your intuition is telling you what to do. You're just not paying attention. You just want to do what you want, not what you need. All right. But this authority, this wisdom, whatever wisdom is coming your way, this is for your future. This is definitely for your future. May I get more clarification in on this future, please? So somebody's going to the wrong place for their advice, definitely. Whoa, okay. You're funny. You're so funny. Okay. So we have the 10 of Cups in reverse. 10 of Cups in reverse. Uh-oh. Then we have 2 of Pentacles straight up. Again, somebody's juggling. Somebody's tiptoeing. Somebody's not quite sure what to do because they got too much on their plate. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. Again, you're missing out on an offering. You're missing out. So here's the thing. Somebody is asking people rather than the divine for their forward, their energies for the next week. And this, again, this energy for the next week is we're going to be looking into April, but this is for April, May, and June. This energy, I'll tell you right now, and I've told every sign, there's something coming in the next 3 months that is growing. This is something big that's growing. And it's not just with me or you, it's all the signs. There's something growing, beautiful, in this. But I want to see, I get visuals of plants, like a nice, healthy, beautiful plant. I can't see the plant yet because the seed is still there. So I can't tell if it's a crappy thing or if it's a good thing yet, but it'll come. It'll come. So, and that's maybe why the divine and the planets are saying, take care of your health, take care of your health, take care of your health, mental health, spiritual health, physical health, all this month of March. That's what it's been pounding. The planets have been pounding health. Take care of your health. And that's what even with the planets, Jupiter and Saturn and all those, they're going on. So here's the thing is somebody's getting their wisdom from the wrong place. So who are you listening to that you shouldn't be listening to? Sort of like going from, if you want to get married or you've, finding out about something about a relationship you've had a hard time with, and then you're going and asking somebody who's been married 2 years versus then 40, 50, 60 years. I just found out one of the elders that I know, they've been married 70 years. I think he said he was 83 now, 84. They got married very young. But yeah, 70 years. Can you imagine the wisdom? I just love Frank. He's so cool. So again, you're going to miss out on this opportunity. Stop juggling. Start focusing in. Start focusing in at least on one thing. Focus in on one thing. And I'm going to say that's going to be listening to your intuition, your discernment, because this is the card for the week. And then when we're shown the High Priestess twice, there is something you need to be focusing in on. Pay attention to your intuition. There is a vision. There is something that you have a vision about, and that you really need to focus in on that vision. And you also need to be moving towards that vision. I don't know what that's for. It might be a goal. It might be something in the long distance, and you want to be able to own it and ask the divine for it, and be specific. Be specific. Say, hey, you know what? You promised me if I asked that, you would give me. And I know you're not Santa Claus, but this is what I want. This is what I desire. And please let it happen if this is what is meant to be. And see what happens. Sometimes he'll open that door because you asked. And sometimes he'll say no because he has something better or he's protecting you. I don't know how many times that's happened to me, guys. And I'd be disappointed if it didn't come through or something I wanted. But he gives us what we need, not what we want. And a lot of the times, what we need, he shows us, and it even comes to be 10 times better. So I'm waiting on something right now from him. And if it comes to light, you guys are going to see a video that will rock your world and change your world in the belief of faith in the unknown and the second dimension. So stay tuned for that. So we have the Empress, and the Empress is about love and nurturing and listening and helping and being there and available. So are you listening to yourself? Are you paying attention to what you're focusing in on to transform your life? Okay, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles again, only they're in the upright this time. So you have a choice to transform yourself into a positive so that you can go through that gate and take that offering and run with it, or you can actually stay put and stay stuck right there. All right. And then you also have the Six of Wands. A little bit of a fight with yourself. You're fighting with yourself. Why? Why are you guys fighting with yourself? Why do you do that to yourself? It's like, once you learn not to fight with yourself, it's an amazing, amazing thing. Amazing. Because you know what? Then you learn that you can just relax, go with the flow, and see what actually unfolds. And it unfolds even for the better. Again, you have to listen to your intuition. You really do. The gift of, if you're a woman, a gift of discernment is really something that we have more than men. Don't ask me why, but we have that. And that's what even men will say. It's like they got this sixth sense, like they got eyes in the back of their head. Well, we don't, but we do have this gift of discernment more than men, which is intuition. And for me, sometimes it's clairvoyance. So even my daughter's like, how do you do that? How do you know those things? It's just the way that God made me. All right. So we have the desert. Now these three oracles are for your weekend and for your future energies. Again, we're talking about somebody's doubting their intuition. Holy crap. Stop doubting it. Stop. Stop doubting your intuition. People say, oh yeah, but you shouldn't go by what your heart says. You should go by what your head. Well, your head only knows what you've taught it, brainwashed it, and what other people have taught it and brainwashed it. But your heart is where your intuition is. So I don't agree with that. I just had a debate with somebody about that yesterday, and they left walking away, not talking to me because I sort of pinned them in the corner and I was right. So the thing is, the compass. This is our compass as well. So really this next week and actually next month, start thinking about your intuition, following it, pay attention to it. Each time your intuition tells you something, then just sort of log it, make a little logbook or even just a notepad or just a piece of sticky paper saying, you know, on the date, hey, you know, my intuition told me this and I went with it and this happened, or I went against it and this happened. So, because then you're going to start be able to see a pattern of things happening. And this is a good thing because this will actually teach you how to get out of the desert. You will begin to see things happen. So the desert, everything is either happening underground. You can see that the cactus is green, but there's no rain. It's a desert. So you can see things happening underground. You can see things happening in the supernatural realm that you will probably not see if you just pay attention to the first dimension, which is Earth. And we get so busy. So the planets are saying to slow down. Please slow down is what they're saying, because we are not paying attention, and that's where we're getting all messed up. Take a minute every single day, 5-10 minutes, to smell the roses, feel the nature, sit in quiet, do whatever it is that you can. But at the end of the day, whatever you've got going with some person that's sort of coming to an end, end it so that this new relationship can come in. All right. But Aquarius, that is your reading. Be kind and gentle while you go through that process, okay? Because it is going to take time. It is going to take patience. Transformation is hard because humans do not like change. They do not want to change. So be kind to yourself in all that whole process, all right? And I think that is it for today, guys. Just don't forget to like. I hit the 10,000 views mark. I'm like, are you kidding me? They sent me a thing saying, congratulations. So I guess I hit 10,000 views. Yay. Thank you, you guys. I appreciate that. The other thing is make sure that you hit the likes when you watch not only mine, but other viewers or YouTube creators. This is really, really important for us as creators because that allows YouTube then to review us and analyze if they want to push us out more so other people can see us. The likes are really a huge thing. A lot of people don't realize that. And then, of course, share, but the subscribes are the other big thing if you subscribe. And not only that, if you hit the bell, you'll know when I'm on live. And questions are always, always open. You can always ask them. Just be prepared for the truth because I'm the conduit. I'm not the one sending the message through. So just be ready to hear whatever the divine has to share with you. All right. We will see you on the 29th. And I hope you guys have a good week. Please pay attention to your intuition and listen to what the divine has for you because he's got some beautiful, beautiful rewards for you guys. I can see it all right here. All right. Take care.